This cityscape or skyline is arguably the most iconic in the whole of flight simulation. It's downtown Chicago, and it's iconic not just because it's Chicago, but for a small man-made peninsula that juts out into the bay. It's Northerly Island, and what we're looking at is Microsoft Flight Simulator's fairly accurate depiction of what it looks like today. But there's a significant aviation story to this island. Until 2003 it was an airport, Merrill C. Meigs. And for anyone flying any of the earlier versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator prior to FS9, it was at this airport that our flight simulation adventure began. It was a real-world airport with a real-world story that led to its closure. Opened in 1948 and in the mid-50s was the busiest single-strip airport in the USA. And then at the end of March 2003, it met its demise. The then mayor of Chicago wanted it closed, but despite a number of legal and regulatory challenges, it had remained open, and this had been going on for a number of years. So on the evening of the 30th of March 2003, without prior notice, the mayor ordered the city's heavy earth-moving equipment to move on to Meigs Field and to render the runway unusable, which they did by digging trenches across the runway and leaving 16 aircraft stranded at the airport. These aircraft were eventually given authority from the FAA to depart via the taxiway. Despite various challenges, the airport has remained closed and is now a park, and ironically a storage area for the city's heavy equipment. But now we have an opportunity to turn back the clock. A small developer, Z Design Studios, brings us Meigs Field. There's a free version and also a more detailed Payware Pro version, which brings Meigs Field back to life in all its glory. Hey everybody, welcome to the SimHanger. My name's Mark, the SimHanger for all things flight sim related. And if you'd like to see other videos in this small developer series, then check out these videos. I'll leave links to each in the notes below. But for now, it's time to turn the clock back and visit Meigs Field from Z Design Studios. So, let's get started. Z or Z Design Studios is basically one man, and he's done a great job in bringing Meigs back to life. He told me his focus was to bring high quality and very affordable scenery to Microsoft Flight Simulator. The product sold by various retailers, but the best deal right now is directly from his site. Links in the notes below. It normally sells for around about €12 or $15 US, but right now it's on a special offer at €7.99. That's sub $10 US. And as you can see, there's been no sparing of attention to detail at this airport, and I'm particularly impressed with the main terminal. Mr. Sanchez, the developer, has gone to great pains and effort to bring this airport back to life. You can't help but be impressed with the level of 3D modeling, and there's a lot of attention to detail without being overcluttered. A lot of emphasis has been paid to light and shadows in this scenery, not just in the terminal but elsewhere as well. I'm impressed with the way the light and reflections bounce off the marble flooring. Merrill C. Meigs Airport has never looked so good. In my opinion, this is a great investment for a nominal amount and for a bucket full of nostalgia. Let's head out of the terminal and onto the main apron. In real life, Meigs was a fairly busy little airport, and it looks the same here. There's vehicles traveling in all directions. Another significant upgrade on the Microsoft default scenery is the marina behind the terminal. And once again, the attention to detail in terms of the boats is actually surprising. It's a shame we can't jump into one of these and zoom around the bay. This airport has been recreated before for other flight sims, but in my personal opinion, well, I think this is the best rendition that I've seen so far. I didn't find the airport overtaxing in terms of a hit on frame rates, and I had quite a lot of fun just flying around the airport and doing the various approaches. You can see that the scenery blends in perfectly with the surrounds. Dial in some stormy weather and the Meigs approaches can be quite challenging in themselves. And of course I chose the Cessna 172. to fly into Meigs, just as I have done so many times before. I'm willing to bet that van is not going to stop. No, I didn't think so. Just hold her up a little bit. We're clear. We can now go for the landing. So this is a welcome back to Meigs Field in more ways than one. The developer of Meigs Field has also done a good job on the night lighting. Dynamic lighting is fully implemented and realistic. So factoring in the quality of this airport and the excellent price point, I've got no hesitation at all in giving it a recommended rating. This is one scenery package that's going to sit in my community folder for quite some time. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found it useful and informative. Look after yourselves and bye for now.